What's going on, guys? Jared Sports Cards coming at you with another video today. This is my favorite video of the week. I'm going to be taking you through everything you need to know for online retail hunting at Target, what products are going to come out, what I think you should get, what their value is looking like, hopefully when we will see retail drop online, target.com. But before we get into all that great stuff, make sure, well, first off, sit back, relax, grab some popcorn at least. Grab a drink of water, something. Get ready for this. I want to tell you about, just quickly, Discord. Join the Discord down below. We're going to be waking up tomorrow about 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, all hopping on a call, and hopefully getting some retail online if it does indeed drop tomorrow. Nobody really knows, but we're thinking Wednesday, 8 a.m. So join the Discord. And then 2, I introduced a new membership program. So I had, 3 tiers memberships where the highest one you could get access to retail sports cards at retail price. But if I am able to get retail sports cards, I'm doing a $2.99 subscription where you can join. You get access to a bunch of different perks, and one of those perks is you get priority access at a chance of sponsoring a video for retail at retail price. If I get retail, nothing is guaranteed, but if you do want to join as a member, I'll leave the link down in the description. All right, without further ado, let's get into today's video. First off, I want to break some big news that we did hear from the VP of Sales from Panini, DJ Kazmarich. I apologize, I don't exactly know how to pronounce his name, but we heard some really big news from him in terms of by September, this is what he said on a podcast, by September, Chrome-esque blaster boxes, so stuff like Optic Football, Prism, Prism products, Chrome, Bowman Chrome, all those Chrome-esque products will be marked up to $29.99 per blaster box. There was no direct comment on things like Score Football, Contenders, anything that is paper-based seems as if it's going to be staying at $19.99, but anything that is Chrome-esque, Prism, Optic, etc. will be bumped up to $29.99 per blaster box. So, what does this mean in terms of what we're going to see for prices? Well, I think secondary market prices will kind of have that $10 inflation. I think we've kind of expected this for a long time here. It was kind of just been coming, and so I think Panini's saying it's going to decrease demand. I could see this actually decreasing demand a bit, but not by too much. If people are willing to pay secondary value already and they know they can still profit off these boxes, I don't think it's going to do really anything. Raising these prices, Panini's just making a little bit more money. So that's kind of what I got from that. So look for that by September. He said it's going to roll out by September. That's what he said. So that's all I got in terms of the big news. So $29.99 for blasters within Target, within Walmart, all these places. That's a big change we're going to be seeing within the hobby. I don't think it's really going to have that many reverberating effects. But that's just, kind of what I'm seeing from past trends, and the fact that it's still not, flippers can still make money off it. I really doubt it's going to do anything. Okay, so let's go through all the products. So pretty much what I like to do every single week, I go through and I see what products are going to be on the shelves this week. Do we have any new releases? And what are the value? And then I kind of rank what I think you guys should go for if you have a chance to get retail. I will preface, there we go. I use the word preface a ton. I get so many comments about it. So if I use the word preface a lot, that's just my apologies. I will say I reference secondary market value only because if secondary market value is up, that means single value is up for that product. So I'm not really pro flipping per se. I'm just giving you the information that I find, and I use value of secondary because that means the singles are going to be more worth more. So I just wanted to clear the air for that. All right, so let's get into this. We're going to start with football. Of course, we're going to be seeing 3 football products this week drop. So first off, before I get into speculation, is either tomorrow 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or Friday 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for a Target drop. Pokemon dropped on the Walmart website Prism Basketball dropped on the Walmart website last night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so Target is most likely what we're seeing from past trends, right? Because Walmart kind of followed their past trends by releasing at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I could expect Target to follow their past trends as well. It's either going to be 8 a.m. Wednesday, 8 a.m. Friday. I would still check throughout the day. I imagine they're going to release products too throughout Friday. Nothing is a guarantee there, so if I'm wrong, I apologize, but that is just speculation in terms of past trends. So we're going to see 3 football products. We have Select Football, Chronicles Football, and Score Football. So let me take you through each product in terms of what we're seeing in value in terms of trends. So first off, Select Blaster boxes are up from last week. And this is a common trend where retail sports card values are up from last week. And that's because without retail sports card dropping at Target last week, the supply has gone down because people are opening boxes and the demand really hasn't changed all that much yet. We are seeing prices kind of go up. So Select Blasters were selling for about $60 to $80, more towards the $70 range, if I'm going to be honest. I just saw a few, I think I saw 2 listings sell for $60 and one at $50, so I put $60 to $80. But really things were trending around $70 last week. They're trending around $80 this week. I still put them in the $70 to $80 range, but they are trending more around the $80 range for Select Blaster boxes. So we saw an increase there. Fat packs, we saw an increase. They were selling for about $20 to $30 last week. Now they're at $30 to $35 for a Select fat pack. Great value in those, in my opinion. That is a big switch for a fat pack. That's a big percentage change, almost up $10, right? And we saw mega boxes have the same $10 increase. Last week they were selling for about $140, $150. Now they're selling for $150, $160. And if I'm looking above, I just have all this written down. So they're looking about $150, $160. But some are dipping into the $130 range because people are trying to make quick money, so they're cutting people down. But the people that are cutting aren't stopping the people that are bidding up to about $140 or $150 or $160 a box. So we did see an increase in mega boxes. If Target drops this week, I imagine by next week, prices of Select will kind of be back down a little, maybe $5 to $10, just because we haven't had supply in 2 weeks. We're going to push out potentially a week and a half or 2 weeks of supply on Target.com if that's what they decide to do, which means price will go down as supply does indeed increase. So look for that to happen. We did not see the same trend with Chronicles, though. So Chronicles was selling for about $80 to $85 a blaster. Now it's about $70 to $80, trending more around the $75 mark. I just kind of put that range in because some things change. This makes sense because Chronicles is a new product. This is the only 3rd week. This is the 2nd week it's in the whole country, 3rd week in general, in terms of selling it at Target. And I'm missing a week because last week they didn't drop anything, right? So this week they didn't drop anything, so it's kind of tough. Last week they didn't drop anything. So it's kind of tough to gauge price changes necessarily. So Select Blasters did dip, but that is expected. I feel as if there was a release last week, they would have dipped a little bit more. So they did hold a little bit of value at 70 to 80. Then I've only seen one Chronicle Mega Box online thus far at $250. This is bound to come down. I imagine it's going to come down to about $140 or $150 once people start getting their shipments of these mega boxes in. But only one has sold on eBay for $250, and that box was indeed in hand. So look for that price to drop, I will say. All right, so we have that for Chronicles. Let's go to Score. Obviously, that is the newest product. We referenced last week that pre-sales of Score Blaster boxes were going for about $140 to $150, which is just absurd to me, as 2020 Score was $45 to $50 or $45 to $60. We did see this absurd decrease, probably one of the biggest week-to-week drops we've seen throughout this entire series, and I want to say in the past year. Score Blaster boxes are going for consistently at $50 with only one bid on auctions, which is just crazy to me. So that means one person's bidding for $50. They're barely selling for $50. A huge drop in price. This is because there's just been an absurd amount of supply of Score Blasters. We've seen at Shields across the country. I believe it's a shoe store that I don't have any near me. They get orders of 200 boxes last week, and they all sold out. So again, I expect that price to probably hit the $35 to $40 range and kind of flatline out there. I don't think it's going to stay at 20. It would be interesting if it did get down to 20, but that big decrease does concern me in terms of Score football. And then we also have Contenders draft picks coming out on Friday. So if we do see Friday drops, look for Contenders draft picks. I would argue that we're probably only going to see it in the Midwest or Minnesota. They'll probably have the online option before the rest of the country does, if Target decides to go that route that they have been going in the history. Usually Target releases stuff in Minnesota and the Midwest before they release it to the rest of the country. So if we do see that same trend, then people in Minnesota / the Midwest will have access to Contenders draft picks for 2021 earlier than the rest of the country, but that is not confirmed. That is just something to keep in mind. All right, so let's get into basketball. So we're going to have two options for basketball. Well, really one. So the NBA Donruss is officially over. There was none released within the past 2 weeks. So Donruss blaster boxes ended at about 50 or 60, and now they're a little up to 55 to 60. They were trending last week around the 50 mark. They're pretty much up $5, with some hitting the 60. The only place Donruss is still out, Donruss basketball, is going to be at CVS, where they have fat packs. The resale on those are about $13 to $15 in value, unchanged really from weeks prior. We saw kind of fat packs dipping in value from about high 20s in week 3 to mostly 15 week 4, and then week 5 they're trending around that 13 to 15 range. So that's where they seem to be settling as CVS keeps releasing these Donruss fat packs. So check your local CVS. And then of course the big hitter for basketball is going to be your NBA Prism. You have blaster boxes actually up from last week, and again I do believe this is because there was no release from Target that it caused an uptick, or it caused an increase in price because there was just less supplies, people opening boxes. So this actually did go up about $10 in value from the minimum side. So they're selling blaster boxes are about $130 to $135. I've seen a consistent sale at about $135. That's up from $120 to $130. So definitely look out for that. Hangers have stayed at a consistent $120 for the past 3 weeks. So not really too much change there. I did see one hanger sell at $100 a few days ago. They were trying to just cut the market and take get a quick sale, but that really didn't affect the rest of the market. Then cello packs have stayed consistent the past 2 weeks at about $40 to $45, up from $35 to $40 in week 2. So we're looking great in terms of cello packs. I would honestly, if you get the chance, I would buy hanger boxes over blaster boxes. Hanger boxes, they're cheaper. I think they're about $11.99 some places. I've heard $14.99. Some places they're $19.99 on Target. I don't know what they're going to end up posting them for online. If this is a nationwide drop, my assumption would be somewhere around the $11.99 range. Therefore, I would go for hanger boxes. You're just paying less for more value, and you get those 3 ice parallels. So the chances of better singles, with cheaper. You get better singles at the same value pretty much for a cheaper cost. So that's my take on it. That's what you're going to have to look for basketball. Not too basketball heavy. Hopefully we'll see some releases coming out for basketball soon. Nothing yet on the horizon as of now, but I will keep you updated on that. So subscribe. I'll probably post something in the community post if something does come out. Let's hop into baseball. This is a baseball heavy. Actually, let's hit UFC first. This is drastic, guys. This is the second biggest dip we've had in this series. UFC Prism blaster boxes were reselling for about $85 to $95 in value. Last week, even without a Target drop, so many have come out at Walmart that we saw an absurd decrease to about $60 to $65 in value this week. That is a $20 to $25 drop in 1 week. That is big. That kind of shows the hype is declining for UFC. So I would indeed begin to kind of not worry necessarily, but we're going to see that kind of flatline out. Again, UFC was new, so we expected a big decrease, but maybe not as big as this. So we definitely did see some unexpected value decrease. So let's get into baseball here. Baseball's heavy, and baseball gained traction, gained value. It is much easier to get baseball at retail stores, and definitely going to be much easier to get online. And we saw an actual increase in the price, which tells me either this is because of the supply or demand increase of baseball. I imagine it's because not as much supply has come out. So we had Top Series 1 tins going for about $17 to $20 resale last week, really trending towards that $17 mark. Now we're looking at tins $20 to $25, trending around that $25 mark. So we almost had an $8 increase in tins for Series 1 within 1 week. So that's great for the football market. I'm sorry, that's great for the baseball market. Then we saw a similar thing happen with Topps Heritage Blaster Boxes. So they're going for about 17 to 20, heading more towards that $17 to $18 range. They're back up about 20 to 25. I did see one sell for 15. I won't lie to you. That was a bit concerning, but that could be considered an outlier. Most are trending around that $24.99, $25 range, which is really good for the baseball market. Another thing we're seeing is hanger boxes. We're about 7 to 10, trending at $7 or $8. They are now consistently at $10. One did sell for $3 as an outlier, but the shipping on that was like $9.50, so call it like $12. Consistently, hanger boxes are selling at $10, whereas fat packs are actually down from last week, sadly. So fat packs were selling for $8 to $11, definitely a little higher than we may have expected fat packs to sell for, and now they're selling for $3 to $8. So we did see a decrease in fat packs while we did have an increase in blasters and hanger boxes. So keep that in mind when looking at baseball. For Panini Donruss Baseball, the generic brand, I am not 100% sure if this would be releasing. I have not seen it in a little bit at Walmart, so this could be discontinued, and the prices, the new values of this would kind of coincide with my theory that they did maybe potentially discontinue Donruss Baseball from stores, although that is not confirmed. You're looking at about $25 to $30 for a blaster box. That's up $5 from $20 to $25 last week. Fat packs are even up to $8 to $11 in resale. That's up from $5 to $6. And our most drastic change percentage-wise, up 100% almost. Hanger boxes are selling for $20. Hanger boxes were selling for about $10 last week, so up 100% to $20 is a big move for this Panini Donruss Baseball. And so I think the mixture of potentially not being in stores anymore and just less supply coming out in general of cards at retail price, we did see an increase in the price of hanger boxes for Panini Donruss Baseball. So that was good to see. And then, of course, the two biggest products for baseball right now. So first off, Diamond Kings pretty much stayed steady from where it was last week. It was about $25. It went up a little, $25 to $30, most trending around the $27 to $30 range more. So we did see a little bit of an increase in that. Again, I think it's just the lack of supply. And then hanger boxes were about $15 to $20, mostly $15, down about $5 from $20 last week. Again, a newer product, so we're going to see a decrease, but not as much of a decrease as we would see if they were still releasing product. Then, lastly, we have Bowman Chrome blaster boxes. My apologies. Ooh. So they were selling for about $45 to $50, trending around that $50 range. Now they're about $45 flat. I have seen some dip down to $42, but I've seen some up at $51. So it really depends. But they are settling in that $45 range most likely. So they're down a little. I think, again, it's because it's so new. The next week, of course, because there's definitely more supply from smaller areas like Newberry Comics, Barnes & Noble's carrying it, that we did see a little bit of decrease, but not too much. Fat packs are pretty much the same. They were trending around 15 last week. Now they're trending more around 13, so not a huge difference, but definitely something to know. Guys, that is going to do for me taking you through all the products, what you can expect this week with that one new release of Contenders Draft Picks Football. What would I go with if I had a chance? I'm going to prioritize Prism Hanger Boxes, basketball, then Prism Basketball Blaster Boxes, then the Chronicles Mega Box. I'd honestly potentially go Chronicles Mega Box over everything, but we will see a decrease in that price to probably around $140, $150 in value, maybe $170, and then jumping into next week, $140, $150. So I might actually put the Chronicles Mega Box on top of those two, but I feel like you can't go wrong between Prism and Chronicles. And then I'd put Select as my fourth product. Guys, that's going to do it for me. Consider joining as an official JR team member to get access to this retail if I do indeed get my hands on some. But again, no guarantees. I cannot guarantee anything there. Join the Discord down below. Join us tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join the voice channel. Let's talk retail. Let's get hyped for a potential drop on Wednesday morning, guys. That's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.